Hey guys, Cute Mimi here. I wanted to make this video because I haven't made videos on my channel for a while, and I do apologize. I've been more focused with my other channel. So I thought I'd make this video on reasons why I have to defend Sonic X, and it's why it's one of my favorite Sonic TV series. Although most people are probably going to say Sat AM is better. There are some points on Sat AM that I will point out, but I still prefer X for a few reasons. But before I get into that, let me go over my history of how I was introduced to Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's just say my introduction to the TV series and the game weren't the best, but it could have been worse. Let's start with the TV series, which is the main point of this video. My introduction to Sonic was this TV series, The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Back in 1998, they were rerunning this show on Toon Disney, or it might have been 1999, but I know in 2001 it was yanked off the schedule. Right around the time Toon Disney went through a rebrand, they changed the logo with the background where a character pops out of the TV screen, not just Mickey Mouse, but several other characters, to the logo where the letter O's are touching each other diagonally. I wasn't happy with the rebrand, honestly, because they yanked off Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog off the lineup. And, well, that was one of my favorite shows watching on Toon Disney. And seeing that show get yanked off, well, that made me pretty mad. Here's the funny part. When the channel rebranded to Disney XD, they aired a sister show called Sonic Underground at that time. I didn't have Disney XD at that time, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to watch it there, but I did watch Sonic Underground on Netflix, streaming on PC. So I was able to watch Sonic Underground there, but that's another story for another time. I wasn't able to watch Sat AM until 2008, 2009 because, well, nobody was airing Sat AM between the years of 2001 to 2008. Nobody wanted to air it. None of the stations picked it up. It was only able to be watched on certain websites, but I couldn't find the specific ones at the time. I don't know. I didn't have the free time. I was busy with other stuff. Not to mention I was still at school at that time. But other than that, yeah. Looking back at comparing AOSTH to Sat AM, AOSTH was my childhood, but Sat AM was the more ideal Sonic TV series. And I'm not just saying that because it had more characters, but it actually felt like a proper Sonic TV series, while this feels like something that belongs, well, the plotline feels Warner Brothers-ish or MGM-ish, if you get what I mean. But AOSTH is not a bad show if you compare it to a few other shows. It could have been better. I mean, Jaleel White did a decent job voicing Sonic, and whoever voiced Tails did a decent job. And the guy who played Robotnik was spot on. I especially love at the end he shouts, "I hate that hedgehog!" Rest in peace to that guy. He did a great job portraying as Dr. Robotnik. So anyway, between the years 2001 to 2003, I was wishing they'd air a new Sonic TV series. And I did get my wish, but that wasn't until fall of 2003. So, until then, I had to look for Sonic games to keep me occupied. The first one was a horrible introduction. It was Sonic 2 for the Game Gear. A family member, well, my brother-in-law had a Game Gear, or it might have been his family members, and he let me borrow their Game Gear, and I played this game on it. Although I wish they would have left Sonic 1 or Sonic Chaos, or any other Sonic game that wasn't this steaming pile of dog turd. I'm sorry, but Sonic 2 on the Game Gear is trash. The Genesis Mega Drive version is a masterpiece. I highly recommend playing Sonic 2 for Genesis Mega Drive. I almost said Master System, but that's a completely different system altogether. But other than that, yeah, I could never get past the first boss, although I'm pretty much better at it now. So I've been playing this on Origins Plus. I play more Tales of Adventure on that as well as the other games. This is the one I avoid when I play games on that. In fact, I actually prefer Sonic Labyrinth over this. And that's not saying much. Most people actually hated Sonic Labyrinth. I didn't mind it because I like strategy puzzle games. So that's my cup of tea. It may not be yours, but it is mine. But eventually, later down the road, in Easter of 2002, we got a GameCube. Well, we've had a GameCube for a while, and we got this game, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. And let me just say, I love this game. It's awesome. I still have my original copy from 2002. My sister and I played this like you wouldn't believe. In fact, I think we killed our GameCube because of this game or a few other games. The laser stopped working on that, and, well, it was a black GameCube. I don't have that black GameCube anymore, unfortunately. It stopped working. I have my Platinum GameCube, which I replaced with, so that works perfectly. But other than that, great game. If you want to get this game, if you have a Dreamcast, get the Dreamcast version. GameCube/Wii, that's backwards compatible with GameCube games and accessories, get the GameCube version. Or you could download this on PSN, Xbox Live, and play it on Steam. I highly recommend this game. The storyline's awesome. The voicing is awesome. The game is phenomenal. Even the first game, Sonic Adventure, is worth playing. I did eventually play that in 2003. Although, I played Director's Cut on the GameCube, and most people say Director's Cut has bad graphics. But to be fair, I kind of like them. Because that's what I grew up with. So, I have to defend that game for that reason, but I'll do that on my other channel. Let's just move on to the main point of this video, and that is Sonic X. Yeah. I loved this show as a kid. It had a lot of characters. Comparing to AOSTH, Sonic X is better. For art style wise, voice cast, I actually prefer Jason Griffith voicing Sonic compared to Jaleel White. But Ryan Drummond will always be Sonic the Hedgehog to me. He's the voice I had the most fond memories listening to. And if Ryan Drummond did a shout out to me, that would be awesome. But I shouldn't get my hopes high for that. There were some characters who actually did a great job voicing on the show, and others, well, yeah. But other than that, the only voice I didn't like was, and I'm going to get a lot of mixed comments in the comments. I didn't like Dan Green voicing Knuckles. I mean, don't get me wrong, Dan Green's a very well-talented actor, but him voicing Knuckles, he made him sound like a hothead, and I'm going to get a comment saying, Knuckles is supposed to be a hothead. But as I steal a line from Kramer from Seinfeld, not that much of a hothead. So I actually prefer Travis Willingham currently voicing Knuckles as opposed to Dan Green. And the guy who voiced him in the second Sonic movie was awesome. He's actually my favorite Knuckles. But Dan Green, he's not the worst, I will tell you that. But he's definitely not one of my favorites. I also miss certain characters who haven't been around for a while. We haven't seen Cream and Cheese for who knows how long. Same with her mother, Vanilla. I think it's time they bring her back to the games, although in the comics it's pretty much point where Sonic says to Cream it's too dangerous for these events, but danger is their middle name. In fact, Cream actually said that in one episode of Sonic X. Or that might have been Amy. I would have to rewatch the episode, and I'll probably put a subtitle on screen telling you which character actually said that. But I'm willing to bet it was Cream the Rabbit. So, anyway, this was also the first time Tails got to be voiced by a woman, that being Amy Pallant. And good luck trying to get her to voice again, because she's retired. So, we have to respect that. But who knows? Maybe she'll change her mind, but I don't know. Let's not get our hopes up. And, well, I will admit I didn't like Chris on the show. He was actually annoying, but not as bad as Elise from Sonic 06. And to be fair, if I had to choose between Sonic 2 for the Game Gear or Sonic 06, I'll take 06 any day. You people may say I might be crazy, but hey, we're all crazy our own way if you think about it. If you ask me which season of Sonic X was my favorite, I'm going to go with Season 2 because it was faithful to the two Sonic Adventure games and the one game Sonic Battle, which I never owned until recently. I picked it up at a game shop in my town, so that's going to be mentioned on my other channel. So, things I like about Sonic X. The art style, phenomenal. The voice cast, both the Japanese and English dub, they both did tremendous. I'm being honest with that. The storyline, I'm actually really impressed with this. And how they ended off the series. I liked how they ended off this as opposed to the cliffhangers we got in AOSTH and SAT AM. Yet we never know who that person was at the end of Season 2 of Sat AM. That would have been nice to figure out who that was. But if anyone knows, let me know in the comments. So, yeah, Sonic X was a big part of my childhood. I always looked forward to watching it every Saturday morning on the Fox Box, 4Kids TV, the CW 4Kids, and Vortex on the CW. If I ever did my own Saturday morning lineup, this would definitely be on the lineup. And I'd probably do a double dose. Mainly because, well, this is one of my favorite Saturday morning shows. Aside from Pokemon and a few others, but that's going to get their own subjects. So, anyway, this is why I think Sonic X is one of my all-time favorite shows. It almost resembles like the Sonic games that I love, basically the 2 Sonic Adventure games. It's too bad we never had a season that dedicated to Sonic Heroes. That would have been awesome! Even though most people say Sonic Heroes was a joke, but I like that game. That game was Sonic Adventure 3 to me, even though they didn't put the word adventure in it. So, it will always be Sonic Adventure 3 to me. So, other than that, I just wanted to share with my thoughts on why I think Sonic X is one of my favorite shows growing up. I have a soft side for this show. I mean, sure, there are some problems with this show, but that's why I love this show. It's just nostalgia factor to me. And with the fact that most of my favorite characters are in this show, they weren't even in Sat AM, Sonic Underground, or even AOSTH. More characters actually make the show slightly better in some regards. Though if they make another series, which is a successor to Sonic Prime, hopefully we can get the Freedom Fighters back and all the characters we know and love. If you get what I mean. That would be a recipe for awesomeness. If you get the right people to voice them. Otherwise, it may be a recipe for disaster. Anyway, thanks for watching this cute me signing off saying, I'm going to go watch some Sonic X right now. See you then.